mudam lebe kurudvaha. Nanda swaputra madaya pretyagatam udaradihi murdi upagraya paramam mudam lebe kurudvaha. Nandaha, Maharaja Nanda, Swaputram Adaya, taking his son Krishna on his lap, Pretya Agatam, as if Krishna had returned from death. No one could even imagine that from such a danger a child could be saved. Udaradihi, because he was always liberal and simple. Murdhni, on the head of Krishna. Upagraya, formally smelling. Parama, highest. Mudam, peace. Lebhe, achieved. Kuru udvaha, O Maharaja Parikshit. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhajacharana Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. O Maharaja Parikshit, best of the Kurus, Nanda Maharaj was very liberal and simple. He immediately took his son Krishna on his lap as if Krishna had returned from death, and by formally smelling his son's head, Nanda Maharaj undoubtedly enjoyed transcendental bliss. Can you repeat the translation? O Maharaja Parikshit, best of the Kurus, Nanda Maharaj was very liberal and simple. He immediately took his son Krishna on his lap as if Krishna had returned from death, and by formally smelling his son's head, Nanda Maharaj undoubtedly enjoyed transcendental bliss. Purport. Nanda Maharaj could not understand how the inhabitants of his house had allowed Putana to enter the house, nor could he imagine the gravity of the situation. He did not understand that Krishna had wanted to kill Putana and that his pastimes were performed by Yogamaya. Nanda Maharaj simply thought that someone had entered his house and created havoc. This was Nanda Maharaja's simplicity. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport and translation to Canto 10, Chapter 6, Text 43 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namamo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nanda Kurud Udvaha. Nanda Maharaj, addressing Nanda Maharaj, Shukadeva Goswami is telling Maharaja Parikshit, who is supposed to be the best of the Kuru Vamsha. In narrating Krishna's pastimes to Maharaja Parikshit, Shukadeva Goswami is describing what was Nanda Maharaj's nature. So Nanda Maharaj was Udaradihi, very liberal and very simple-minded. Swaputram adaya pretya agatam. Swaputra adaya. He took his son Krishna on his lap. Pretya agatam. As if Krishna had returned from death. So what did he do? Somehow Krishna got saved from Putana. That was Nanda Maharaj's thinking. He has returned back from death and Murdhini Upagraya. He smelled his son's head. Murdhini, head. Upagraya means smelling. Murdhini Upagraya. He smelled Krishna's head, his son's head, and Paramam Mudam Lebe. Lebe means he achieved, he experienced Paramam Mudam, transcendental bliss. Muda means bliss. Paramam Muda means transcendental bliss, satisfaction. That means Nanda Maharaj was relieved that Krishna somehow is saved from the wrath of Putana. Otherwise she had come smearing her breast with poison, and in the garb of feeding Krishna with her breast milk like a mother, like a nurse, actually her intention was to kill Krishna. So that was very terrifying for Nanda Maharaj and all the inhabitants of Gokula Vrindavana. That is why he was surprised. How is it that this witch Putana could enter the inner courtyard of my house without being restricted in her movements? My wife Yashoda is there. Rohini is there. And the elder inhabitants of Vrindavan are there. How is it that she has gone scot-free and entered my house? That is because this Putana, although a witch, a demoness, she had the mystic power of transforming herself into any form. And using that mystic power, she transformed herself into a very beautiful looking woman. Shukadeva Goswami says, she appeared like the goddess of fortune externally. But internally, she was a Rakshasi. And therefore, she could go into the inner quarters of Nanda Bhavana unchecked. So they thought that so many gopis and devotees of Krishna are coming from neighboring villages, having heard the birth of Lord Krishna, to greet baby Krishna. and to congratulate Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. So they thought that this must be one more woman from the neighboring village. Otherwise, it is described earlier, within the village of Gokula, everybody knew everybody. That was village dynamics. In village dynamics, everybody will know everyone, every other neighbor. So this woman did not seem to be from the same Gokula. Yet they allowed her because they thought so many devotees are coming to greet baby Krishna, and therefore they allowed. And that too, this Putana looked like a goddess of fortune. So beautiful. Actually, they thought Krishna's wife is Lakshmi. So Lakshmi, Krishna's wife, has come to greet him. So where the question of stopping that? But Nanda Maharaj, he could not understand how is it that Putana had entered her house, nor could he imagine the gravity of the situation. What all calamity took place. Somehow things were saved. How they were saved? Let's see what Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda are thinking. Shortly we will discuss that. But Nanda Maharaj had no clue that it was all Krishna's master plan, arranged by Yogamaya to kill Putana. Krishna only made her come into the inner quarters of Nanda Bhavan or Nanda Maharaj's house. It was Krishna's plan. Kamsa is thinking, Putana is thinking, I had gone to Krishna's home and I've been successful in trying to enter into Krishna's room and achieve my purpose of killing Krishna by feeding him my breast milk. Putana is thinking. But actually she didn't go by her will. It was by Krishna's choice that she came. But Putana didn't know. Interestingly here, Nanda Maharaj also didn't know. But Nanda Maharaj's ignorance is caused by Yogamaya. Because if Nanda Maharaj can analyze everything, this pastime would not take place. So, as per the script of Yogamaya, Nanda Maharaj should be in transcendental ignorance. This is what is called as material ignorance, which we are all presently drowning in. But the devotees of Krishna, by the script of Yogamaya, the choice of Yogamaya, they can be put into transcendental ignorance. So this is an expression of transcendental ignorance of Nanda Maharaj. So he could not have idea, oh, Krishna has a plan to perform his pastimes of killing Putana and many other demons. He had no clue. And then these were organized by Yogamaya only. It was not out of control. It was not all of a sudden, oh my God, how could this witch come? Just when a thief enters your house, oh, how did he enter? All the doors are locked. You get shock. So to create that effect in Nanda Maharaj's consciousness, mind. Why? We will see that shortly. Rupa Goswami describes very minutely all these details. What was the thinking of Nanda and Yashoda? What experiences they went through in this episode. I described some time back about what is called as Krishna anxiety. So that we will see Rupa Goswami describe that. So, Putana had entered and created havoc. How could all this happen? So, Prabhupada says this was Nanda Maharaja's simplicity. So, one important point from this verse is we can see the anxiety which Krishna was put through. Nanda Maharaj was put through because of Krishna. This is called Krishna anxiety. So Prabhupada elsewhere explains there are two kinds of anxieties, material anxiety and spiritual anxiety. If you have anxiety for Krishna, that is spiritual anxiety. And if you can develop that anxiety for Krishna, The secret is your material anxiety will be finished. You don't have to do anything about it. There's a lot of anxiety in our life. See, Nanda Maharaj's anxiety is, Yashoda's anxiety is whether my baby Krishna is well fed, whether is protected, whether is very comfortable and satisfied all the time. They're thinking day and night to see to Krishna's comforts. Can you imagine the fortune? If we take care of Krishna's comfort, all the discomforts of your life will be finished off. If you have anxiety whether Krishna has eaten his breakfast, then thinking whether you have had your breakfast or arrangement is there for breakfast or one plate is kept. The same anxiety if you have for Krishna, whether Krishna had his breakfast. This is Krishna anxiety. If you develop that kind of anxiety, you will be relieved from the pangs of hunger, material hunger. If you have anxiety for Krishna's safetyness, then you will be relieved from material anxiety, material fear, material security. Inadequacies in material security will not bother you. But the whole material life is always we are meditating on our own eating arrangements, our sleeping arrangements, our living arrangements, our security arrangements. But if we can think of those arrangements for Krishna, this is temple life. That is why temple is very important. Because some atheistic people, they think, why temple? Why does God require temple? To bring out that feeling in all of us to care for Krishna. To care for Krishna. We're always caring for ourselves or for a family. Now the temple provides an opportunity where you can care for Krishna. And bring out that anxiety. Let me bring some fruits for the Lord, some grains for my Lord, some clothing for my Lord. Just like we go for purchasing all these things for ourselves and make ourselves comfortable. Yes, that's a fact. Similarly, if you can turn the thinking to, let's see for Krishna's comfort. Let me go for shopping for Krishna. Let me go to the Kanchipuram silks in Kanchipuram, all the way drive. Because I used to drive. I was not driving. My father used to drive all the way from Chennai to Kanchipuram every summer. And that was a big headache for me. Small children, It's the most boring thing to sit in a sari shop. But for mother, it was like heavens come true, dreams come true, heavens on the earth. Kanchipuram silk means like so much of enthusiasm. Of course, my mother is a very pious woman. But there is natural inclinations, right? So, we go in the morning, reach by 11, until evening 6 o'clock, she will sit in that same sari shop. With good intention, nothing wrong. Because as I said, my mother is a very pious woman, but still. So for me, it's like nightmare. When is it going to end? When is my mother going to come out ever? Does she have any plans? Sometimes I ask my father, Telugu wise to speak anyway. అయిపోయిందా వచ్చేస్తారు కదా? Hope the shopping is over. After that, one more shock she will give. What is that? Okay, here the purchase is over. Now next shop we will go. Oh my God. So all my dreams are shattered. So anyway, I'll buy so many saris. Oh, so many varieties. Because my mother had a very good taste for a lot of things. In cooking, in dresses, lot of things. A very good taste she had. Sense she had. Anyway, so like that, as we become very enthused, somebody says, come, let's go to mall. Good news. Let's go to temple. Oh, Prabhuji. So let's go for the electronic shop. A lot of enthusiasm, so many gadgets. Let's go for Bhagavatam class. Oh, when it is going to end. You see? The same, it's a question of rasa. Where is your taste? Revolving. Where is your taste revolving? Somebody has taste for shopping in the malls, for saris. Nothing wrong, I'm just saying. Somebody has the same taste for shopping for Krishna. When I went to, this was in 2 years back, we had a yatra to Jagannath Puri. And by Jagannath's mercy, of course, the Rath Yatra is going on now. Bahuda Yatra just got over yesterday. So then, been to one Konark, and just opposite that is the place where they actually weave silk saris. So somebody told me about that. From one of the best saris in India you will get. I said, wow. I thought, not my mother. This is after joining ISKCON, just 2 years back. Oh, very good. So we should go. So I took 2 devotees with me. One Pujari was there from with me also, and one more devotee I took. And I spent almost about, it was planned to be half an hour. Some Matajis also came. They said, Prabhuji, ನೀವು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಯಾರಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. I said, Matajis, be careful. Time is very less. We have some other plans. Half an hour strictly. ಸರಿ ಪ್ರಭು ನೀವು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಆಯಿತು. ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. Just permission. I said, okay, fine. Come with me because I am also coming. Oh, very good, Prabhu. Finally, I spent 2.5 hours. They finished in 45 minutes. I did shopping for Krishna. I was planning about 5 to 6 saris, silk saris. I purchased for Krishna. And that guy is just weaving there. So what he was weaving, I said, okay, pack up this. Like a lady said, oh, pack up this, like that. So I was thinking of, anyway, so like that. Then she showed me some more very intricate designs and very special designs. And I picked up all of them, and about 6 to 7 saris I purchased. For stitching dress for Krishna Balaram, Gaur Nithai, and Tulasi Maharani. So, this is the contribution of the Acharya, that he is able to bring out that anxiety of Krishna even in conditioned souls like us. Otherwise, I would have shopped for jeans for myself. Naturally, right. Now there's no need of shopping because the same thing, there's nothing much, no major variety or different fabric every year. Okay, at least fabric we will change. No. Same already established, Prabhu. Since 25 years it is going on, Prabhu. Nothing to worry. Same fabric, same color, same dye. Nothing to worry. Otherwise we will be elsewhere. Our thought would have been absorbed elsewhere. So, here we see the anxiety Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda had gone through. More than Krishna, actually they were panicking. Krishna was very cool. We see Shukadeva Goswami describe Krishna after killing Putana by sucking off her life hair, while making a show of drinking milk, sucked off her life hair. And Putana fell dead on the outskirts of Gokula. And Krishna was found playing on Putana's body. Where is Krishna panicking? But when this news reached the Vrajvasis, they were panicking. Yashoda, Rohini, they were all panicking. Nanda Maharaj coming on the way from Mathura, he was panicking. How could this happen? Who allowed this? How dare she can enter? Nobody checked. There's a security check. What is this? See the anxiety. They are for protecting Krishna, caring for Krishna. This is the perfectional stage of the living entity. Muktir hitva anyata rupam swarupena vyavastitihi. This is the entire subject matter of nectar of devotion. Yeah, Krishna Balanam Gurudev Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavatam brings us to that point of revealing our relationship with the Lord, and nectar of devotion and Chaitanya Charitamrita talks about the activities of the devotee in the transcendental state, in the awakened state of full Krishna consciousness. Therefore, it's a must read, Chaitanya Charitamrita and Nectar of Devotion. It's a must read. If you want to know what is your constitutional transcendental status, like Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, we all have a very deep relationship with Krishna, very loving relationship with Krishna. So, to realize that relationship with God is the very purpose of human life and all religious practices. And if this is not understood, as I explained earlier, all our rituals and religious practices is of no avail. So, here the important role of the Acharya comes into picture. It is the Acharya who will reveal every one of us, every living entity, at least the human beings, if we are ready. The Acharya could reveal us our relationship with Krishna. That is called Swarupa Siddhi. Swarupa Siddhi means awakening our original constitutional status in the spiritual world. What each one of us are in the spiritual world, in our relationship, eternal relationship with Krishna. Like Nanda and Yashoda, Bhagavatam describes, they are the eternal parents of Krishna. Although Krishna does not have parents, because he is the origin of everything. Janmadi asyataha sarvayonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavantiya. Krishna says that I am the father of everyone, I am the origin of everything. Aham adir. He devanam, he is the origin of devatas, he is the origin of everything. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha. So many statements Krishna has made, Bhagavatam has made, that he is the origin of everything. Therefore, there cannot be anyone superior to God. But still, Krishna gives that position of motherhood and fatherhood to Nanda and Yashoda eternally. So that is their great fortune. Because they have a great desire to serve Krishna in the Vatsalya Rasa, in the parental affection. They want to serve Krishna. So Krishna fulfills that desire. So like that, each one of us have one particular relationship with the Lord. In one of the Pancha Rasas, which is the subject matter of Nectar of Devotion, either as Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya and Madhurya. Either in neutral state or in the state of a servant, the mood of a servant to serve the Lord, or mood of a friend in serving the Lord, or mood of a parent, like an affectionate mother or an affectionate and caring father to Krishna, or as a lover, intimate lover to Krishna. So in one of these ways, every living entity is connected with the Lord, be he a human being or a non-human being. So such transcendental status actually we hold. Unfortunately, because of losing that connection with the Lord, we have come down to a very low position in the material world, accepting this material body and coming under the influence of the three modes of material nature. It is very unbecoming to the soul. It's a deplorable state of existence. But Bhagavatam is offering us, promising us that we can be elevated by practicing bhakti, uttama bhakti, pure bhakti. We can reinstate ourselves to our original status, the soul's original status of being eternally related with Krishna in one of these 5 transcendental relationships or rasas, like Nanda and Yashoda, following in their footsteps. So, Rupa Goswami explains, just like there are provocations or stimulations each of us have got for sense gratification. There's a stimuli. There's a provocation for enjoying our senses. Similarly, in the spiritual world, there is a provocation to serve Krishna. You see, there's a stimulation to serve Krishna. And that is perverted in the material world and directed towards sense gratification. If you realize this, you are saved from Maya. So, originally the soul has provocations for ecstatic love for Krishna. And that same provocations in its perverted form creates stimulation in this material body for sense objects. The soul's object, lovable object is Krishna. When Krishna is removed from the picture, then there is sense object, which replaces Krishna. Imagine our position. The stimulation is the same. The provocation is the same. But instead of for Krishna, it is towards sense objects. So, what are the provocations? Rupa Goswami analyzes. What could trigger? Just like you see a sense object, there's a trigger, there's an attraction, there's a pull, there's a force. I want to enjoy that. Either for the eye, ear, nose, tongue, skin, it's a provocation. You see nice food, it's a provocation. There's a stimulation immediately in the belly or in the tongue and in the mind. Oh, your mouth starts watering. Oh, I want to eat that food, that preparation. Immediately. You see some beautiful person. Immediately there's attraction. Our eyes will go there. Male or female. Or any attractive object. It's a nice sound. Our ears will go there. So there's a default stimuli set up in this material body. Now, what could be the stimuli for Vrajavasis? It is drawing them to Krishna. So, Rupa Goswami describes that. Some specific provocations for parental love for Krishna, because Nanda and Yashoda are connected with the Lord in the eternal rasa of Vatsalya. So, what is the trigger, stimuli or provocation of Nanda and Yashoda that is drawing them to Krishna 24/7? They are listed as follows. His blackish bodily hue, which is very attractive and pleasing to see. His all auspicious bodily features. Krishna's mildness. Krishna's sweet words. Krishna's simplicity. See, Nanda Maharaj's simplicity, but he's attracted by Krishna's simplicity. Krishna's shyness. Krishna also feels shy. Krishna's humility. And Krishna's constant readiness. God's readiness to offer respect to the elderly. Even God respects elderly. Setting a standard for all of us also that we should respect superiors and elders. And Krishna's charitable disposition. So these things are provocations for Nanda and Yashoda to be drawn to Krishna and parental love and affection. These are considered to be ecstatic provocations for parental love. So if we are trapped by this, influenced by this, you are out of the material provocations. Because devotees, especially who are serious in Krishna kindness, we always want that formula, that secret. What is it? How to change that stimuli? That provocation. This is the secret. We have to develop those provocations towards Krishna. And that is the duty of the Acharya, to bring out those provocations in the soul level and awaken it, manifest it. That is why we require a pure devotee, an Acharya, to guide us. Now let's see. This is story 1. So Rupa Goswami describes. So, in all the calamitous situations, all through Krishna's Leelas, Krishna was saved. How was Krishna saved? So what is Nanda and Yashoda thinking about it? How was my child saved? So here, once Yashoda, Mother Yashoda, in addressing one of her friends, she spoke like this. You know, actually, myself and Nanda, who is the king of all the cowherd men, we worshipped Lord Vishnu long period, long time. And because of this worship of Vishnu, the result of which is Krishna is saved from the wrath of Putana. Otherwise, how can Krishna be saved, you tell me? Small, cute, 10 days old boy, baby. She is a demoness, witch, Rakshasi. So Krishna is being saved from the clutches of Putana because of the blessings and protection offered by Vishnu. Krishna is the original Vishnu. But Yashoda and Nanda are thinking like that. Then, how did Krishna uproot the twin Arjuna trees? What do you think? Actually, it is not Krishna who did that. There were strong winds blew up the trees. And what do you think how Krishna managed lifting the Govardhan hill? He's such a 7-year-old boy. Small, delicate fingers. Left hand, the last little, most delicate finger of Krishna. How could that hold Govardhan? And Nanda Maharaj is the king of cowherd men and Govardhan the king of mountains. Only the king can match the king. Therefore, my dear Gopi, Yashoda is talking. As opposed to Gramya Katha, this is called Krishna Katha. They're also doing Katha here. So the one, this Yashoda Gopi is telling, so, Gota, Hingenta. So do you know how? Actually, Nanda Maharaj held Govardhan hill with his stick. But everybody thought, my wonderful son Krishna kept Govardhan upon his little fingers. But actually, he's a cute, small boy. How can he hold Govardhan? So my husband, the leader of the Vaishya community, he had held Govardhan, that too with what? A stick which is meant to herd the cows. Not even iron rod. So, this is an example of ecstasy in parental love. Rupa Goswami says, why is it that Nanda and Yashoda are thinking like this? Two reasons. They are convinced, out of conviction in love, that oneself is superior to God or Krishna. Nanda and Yashoda actually are convinced we are superior to Krishna. Number two, if we don't take care as elders, Krishna may not possibly live also. So Krishna's life and protection is in our hands. This is the Vatsalya, emotions, thoughts, generated out of ecstatic love for Krishna in parental rasa, parental mellow. Okay. Then, so thinking of this, one Brahmin, he glorified Nanda and Yashoda like this. Oh, let others worship the Vedas and chant Vedic mantras, Yajur Veda mantra, Rig Veda mantra. Let them be busy with chanting Vedic mantras and suktas and chanting Upanishads. And yet others, let them worship Mahabharata and chant Mahabharata. Mahabharata and Ramayana is very famous, right? Let them do all of that. Because they're afraid of material existence. They want to get liberation from material life. Let them do so. Let them chant Vedic mantras. Let them read Upanishads and Mahabharata. But as far as I am concerned, this Brahmin is saying he's a devotee of Krishna. Yeah. Moved by the ecstatic love for Krishna, he is saying, I wish only to worship Maharaja Nanda. I am not going to worship Vedas, nor read Vedas. Others can do that. You can do that. But I want to keep myself busy worshipping Nanda Maharaj. Why? Why? Because the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is crawling the court of his own child. Is crawling in the court of Nanda Maharaj. Krishna, as a small boy, although being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is crawling in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. And the Vedas are searching for him. Upanishads are searching for him. And this small kid, who is actually Swayam Bhagavan, he is crawling in Nanda's courtyard. What is the fortune of Nanda Maharaj? What is the point in worshipping Veda? Veda itself is searching Bhagavan or Krishna. And still Vedas have not found Krishna. And here that Krishna is crawling in Nanda Maharaj's courtyard. Therefore, I want to worship Nanda Maharaj. One Brahmin expressed his feelings like this. So, devotees in parental feeling who have this kind of thinking towards Krishna, about 9 devotees are there like that, who consider Krishna as their child and therefore to be protected. The first in the list is Nanda and Yashoda. There are totally 9 personalities, beginning with Mother Yashoda, number 1. Number 2, Nanda Maharaj. Number 3 is Mother Rohini, mother of Balaram. But she is also equally the mother of Krishna, out of parental affection. Then the 4th is the elderly gopis of Gokula and Vrindavana. Then the 5th is Mother Devaki, the wife of Vasudeva. The 6th is the other 15 wives of Vasudeva. Rohini is also one of the wives. Vasudeva had 16 wives. So other than leaving aside Rohini, who's already in the list, the other 15 wives of Vasudeva also are having that same relationship with Krishna. Then number 7, Mother Kunti Devi. She has that feeling to Krishna. This you will see when you read Bhagavatam, first canto, Kunti's prayers to Krishna. Number 8, Vasudeva himself having that Vatsalya Rasa. Number 9 is Sandipani Muni. All of these devotees have this Rasa with Krishna. Okay. I'll tell one more story and then I'll close. This was when Mother Yashoda, she wakes up. What is her activity? What does she think? What is her planning? So this is her daily routine. Mother Yashoda's routine is also there. Sometimes you see in the YouTube, no? A day in so-and-so's life. A big deal about that. Conditioned soul. You see, a day in Yashoda's life. Rupa Goswami describes a day in Yashoda's life. It's a very short description. Time is running. We can discuss details later. Just to create some curiosity in you. What is a day in Yashoda's life? The moment she gets up, what's her day like? So the moment Mother Yashoda gets up, the first thing she does is feed her baby Krishna with her breast milk to Krishna's full satisfaction. And after feeding Krishna with her milk, she would chant various Vedic mantras for Krishna's protection so that her child will be safe and protected. And then after that, she would decorate Krishna's forehead very nicely. And the most prominent being with the marks of Gopi Chandan. That's why all devotees of Krishna, we apply this Gopi Chandan every single day. Mother Yashoda applies in 12 places in Krishna's body, beginning with forehead. We as devotees of Krishna follow in the same footsteps as taught by the Acharyas in our parampara. The 4th thing she does is she will bind Krishna's arms with various protective talismans. You see, I have one sacred thread here. Pavitra, it's called, sacred thread. It's from the Lord's, one of the pujas. So like that, Mother Yashoda would tie Krishna with protective talismans so that there is no evil effects on Krishna. Where the question of evil effect on Krishna? Anyway, this is out of parental affection. So by all these activities, it is directly understood that she is the emblem of all maternal affection for Krishna. Okay, this is a very compelling story. Therefore, I am forced to tell this story. Otherwise, it will be incomplete in today's session, and I will close. This is the time what Nanda Maharaj was thinking about Krishna. So, Nanda Maharaj one day had a stroll along with child Krishna. So, both of them were having a stroll. They were just walking. In the courtyard, in their own courtyard. Then Krishna was catching the fingers of Nanda Maharaj, as generally all children do. They will catch the father's fingers or hand. Because Krishna is too small, so he cannot have balance in walking. So he took the support of his father Nanda in walking along with Krishna. So at one point, Krishna could not walk steadily. It appeared that Krishna is going to slip away from Nanda Maharaj and fall down on the ground. That caused great anxiety in Nanda Maharaj. So, while Nanda Maharaj was giving protection to his transcendental son in this way, so Nanda Maharaj tried to hold Krishna's fingers tightly. So in doing so, there were tears in his eyes out of fear of Krishna's falling and getting hurt. But they were tears of transcendental ecstasy. So that drowned Nanda Maharaj in an ocean of transcendental joy. So Rupa Goswami prays, let us all offer our respectful obeisances onto the lotus feet of King Nanda. So this is how Nanda and Yashoda would think of Krishna, care for Krishna. So why are we practicing these principles of bhakti, regulative principles, our chanting, our reading, rising early in the morning, following some rules and regulations? Because by all these practices, especially given by Rupa Goswami, and as revealed by Prabhupada to us, what we are practicing in ISKCON particularly, by all these practices of sadhana bhakti, as taught by Rupa Goswami, one day we are also sure to invoke all these kind of transcendental emotions to Krishna. And that is the benefit which we are going to achieve by the practice of our bhakti to Krishna. So Prabhupada has given this wonderful program of sadhana bhakti and opportunity to serve Krishna right away. Therefore, we have so many volunteering opportunities in the temple. We should take the full advantage of this and develop that bonding and affection for Krishna slowly, gradually, and steadily as we purify through the process of bhakti yoga. So I'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.